It seems since there's nothing else that Joe Biden can talk about that gives him some sort of props or that lists off his accomplishments, since our economy is tanking, our country is tanking, China is taking over everything, all the normal things. All Joe Biden and Kamala Harris talk about anymore is gun control. If you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, it's all they say all day long. They have their lists of gun control agenda items that they want to have passed. And of course, Joe Biden took our Independence Day, July 4, to list off his top 5 gun control agenda items for his time in office. And I'm going to break them down for you right now. All right, number 5. This is the number 5 item that Joe Biden wants is universal background checks. If you don't know what that is, that simply requires that every single firearms transfer or purchase go through a background check. We call it national gun registration because that's what it is. It makes it illegal to give or sell a firearm to your friend, to your spouse, or to your son, your daughter, without going through this background check, running that purchase or that transfer through the National Instant Checks system. It's controlled by the feds. And when you run it through there, the government knows who owns what guns where. And that's why they want universal background checks. It doesn't save lives. We know many states already have universal background checks. But as the numbers have played out, it doesn't save lives. What it does is give government a list of firearms and makes it very, very difficult to transfer or buy those firearms. And it illegalizes private party sales altogether. That's number 5. Number 4, he wants a ban on all magazines over 10 rounds. He keeps doing this whole, if you need a 30-round magazine to go hunt deer, you're a bad shot. The thing that he doesn't seem to understand or can't get through his head is that we have magazines, we have guns to stop tyranny. That's the point. That was the point of the Second Amendment. It's not about hunting. It's not about how many rounds it takes to take down a deer. It's not the whole, the deer are wearing Kevlar vests. None of that stuff. We have firearms and magazines and ammunition to stop government from becoming too tyrannical and make sure that the checks and balances stay in place. That's why they want to ban all magazines over 10 rounds. Again, some states have this, states like New York, and they want this to be nationwide. This is his number 4 agenda item. Number 3, they want to end manufacturer immunity from liability if a gun is used in the case of a shooting. Joe Biden loves to stand up there and lie, and they say, the gun manufacturers are the only entity in America that are immune from liability. That's not true. We know that your big pharma companies are immune from liability. And since when, if you want to hold gun manufacturers liable for what they do, then you need to start holding car manufacturers liable for people who drive drunk. You need to start holding, you should start doing this anyway, but you should start holding big pharma and the pharmaceutical companies liable. But none of that happens. He just keeps touting the lie. Gun manufacturers have immunity. It's not true. But what they want to do is they want to sue these gun manufacturers and drive them out of business. That's the whole point. Shut down our ability to purchase new firearms. This is what they want to do. This is why they keep talking about it. But again, it goes both ways, Joe. The number 2 agenda item is mandated storage laws, firearms storage laws. What they want to do is make it so that all of your firearms are stored in a safe that the government approves of. So your guns have to be stored in your house where the government says they can be stored. Now, of course, you would say, I'm just going to disobey. What are they going to do? Search my house? The way they'll get you is, God forbid, the day somebody pushes their way into your back door in the middle of the night or comes through your window, when somebody breaks into your house and you actually pull that pistol from your nightstand, which is where we all keep our pistols beside our bed, you pull that pistol from your nightstand and you shoot this guy who's burglarizing your house and sneaking through your hallways where your kids sleep. You shoot this guy, the cops are going to show up, and if they have mandated firearm storage laws, they're going to find out that you didn't go to the safe, punch in your code, crank the handle, pull the gun out, go over to where the ammunition is likely stored separately because that's part of the laws, and put it all together, and then you went to go defend your family. They're going to find out that that gun was in your nightstand, and you're going to get charged for it. You're going to get charged for it. So they want these mandated storage laws, firearm storage laws, to make it harder for gun owners, for everyday Americans to access their firearms. They don't trust Americans to even have firearms, much less keep them in a responsible way. And that is why they want mandated firearms storage laws. And the number one thing, the number one objective, the number one on Joe Biden's to-do list is the AR15 ban. They call it an assault weapons ban. It's not an assault weapons ban. It's a ban on hundreds and hundreds of everyday firearms that are owned by millions and millions, tens and tens of millions of Americans. That's what this is. Some people, sometimes in the older generation, think that an AR-15 or that are somehow weapons of war. It's not the case. AR-15s are just like every other rifle out there on the market, and that's what they want to ban. It's all about making the Second Amendment harder to use, to operate. No more guns, right? Gun bans, mandated storage laws, bans on magazines, background checks for every firearms purchase or transfer. It's all about making it too much of a headache for a gun owner, for everyday American to operate. These are the top 5 items that Joe Biden demanded on the 4th of July. This is what they put out almost on a daily basis on Joe Biden's Twitter feed, in their press conferences, their press releases, on Kamala Harris's social media pages. They don't have anything else to talk about. All they want to talk about is gun control, gun control, gun control. So guys, share this video with your family and friends. Make sure they know about the top 5 agenda items of the radical left, and make no mistake about it. If they pass these 5 or 1 or 2 or 3 of them, it won't stop the crime, the violence, and the destruction of our American culture and our society that's happening right now. What it will do is make it so that the left can say, we passed this gun control and it didn't work, so we want more. We need more. Universal background check, it's not saving a lot. We need this gun control measure. We need that gun control measure. With the AR-15 ban, what they'll say is, well, we're going to ban all new purchases, so you can be grandfathered in. But then when their AR-15 ban doesn't stop crime in Chicago and New York City and Portland and all of these places, they'll say, you know what we actually need to do is we need to take the ones that are already in existence. It's never enough. It's never far enough. They'll continue to push for more, and we need to fight to stop them. So there's some action items in the links on this video, in the description, in the comment section. Share this video with your family and friends. Stand up, fight back, help us stop Joe Biden, and continue to mobilize more gun owners, and we'll have more updates for you very soon.